together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Actually, I should probably shut my door. I do need to talk a little bit quieter today because everybody's still asleep. My my wife's asleep right over there, and my kids are asleep right above me. And my voice travels like breath on the wind. I don't know, but it travels a lot. Okay, well, be careful. I won't expect you to chat. I won't expect you to chat. I'm mad at you. We'll talk later. I'm not really mad at you. It's just, yeah. No, I already sent you why I'm a little upset today. I feel fooled, and yeah, when I feel fooled, I get very angry. Not with anybody else, but with myself, and I don't want to take this anger out on somebody else. And yesterday was. This is December. This is today's. We're gonna do it anyway. I mean, I'm already in December. I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. Yeah. My this threw me off. My sister invited me to Thanksgiving, and I haven't been invited in years, and I don't know that I want to. It just feels like a convenience thing to me, and I'm tired of being a convenience. Just sorry, you know. I they started doing Thanksgiving without me like 5 years ago, and I think it's because they were going to my dad's or something, or to Wendell's. I still call him dad. Who cares, you know? But so they're not going to have it with him this year, so it's okay to invite me. I'm not up for that stuff anymore. I don't I don't want to be a second thought to people. Um, I'm your brother, and if I'm not a priority, then we're not family. It's just it's how I feel. Um, the last Thanksgiving I've been going out and helping people because my wife's usually working. She's a caretaker, and just because it's Thanksgiving doesn't mean people don't need to be taken care of. Yeah, we give up holidays, we do all sorts of stuff. So I don't know. I don't know how to answer that yet. And that's just Thanksgiving. But yes, I'm talking a little low because people are still sleeping. I'm almost for me, this is whispering. It's whispering. I just try to stay in a good mood because I don't fucking get up this early. But I'm going to bed. You know, I ain't hungover. Let's go with that. Let's find something to be grateful for. I'm not hungover. We're going to be on page 17. Oh, I didn't even share this in Facebook yet. I haven't even introduced myself. I'm so far off. Let's do that. We're going to keep Amber entertained. All right. I'm just going to put it to these ones. Everybody else is just, no. Yeah. All right. Welcome to Daily Trudge, Dion Stuff. If you're here, please say hello, whether you're watching live or the rewatch. Probably going to go to a 6:45 meeting because I'm going to hit a meeting before I start work today. See if I can't have a better attitude. Yeah, 6:45, crack of dawn. I kind of know those people. So that's why I'm going to that one. All right. So page 17, which is going to be the first page of There's a Solution. Okay, new book. Crack it open, literally. We of Alcoholics Night, and so you know, this is actually what we call the beginning of the big book. This is where it starts. Everything else was just kind of information. It was stuff and a story. Those are prefaces, but now we get into the nitty gritty, and this is where we say that the program starts, and the first word is we. And this is not a me thing, it is a we thing. The neat thing is the individual is very much touted. Absolutely. All right. We of Alcoholics Anonymous know thousands of men and women who are just as hopeless as Bill. Nearly all have recovered. They have solved the drink problem. We are average Americans. All sections of this country and many years of occupations are represented, as well as many political, economic, social, and religious backgrounds. There's not something that isn't represented in AA. And it doesn't matter what it is. And I don't want to call them an issue because I don't see them as issues, right? Even in today's world, yeah, sure we have trans. Alcohol is no respecter of persons. It doesn't care. Right? All it knows is that you're who you are. And isn't everybody a child of God? Depending on what they want to call their higher power. Yeah. We are people who would not normally mix. No, we wouldn't. Mm-mm. Now, I will say that a lot of my friends in the program, if it had been normal life, I'd probably be friends with them. Now, on a drinking level, no. Mm-mm. I didn't want to be friends with anybody. I especially didn't want to be friends with another alcoholic. Okay, I already knew I was an alcoholic. I didn't want to. Why? Because you would drink my alcohol, and that ain't gonna fucking happen. That's the only reason why. If you're gonna come after my alcohol, you're off. Then you're a no go. That's what it is, But and I still kind of am one of those people where I'm kind of hard to get to know, even though I'm an open book. People need to ask questions if they want to know more about me. I just, yes, I am open, but I don't talk about a lot of my personal stuff here. I might do something in the moment so that people can see the example of, yes, we go through this stuff and we can figure it out, and this is how we do it. I 10th step here quite often. So, hey, it keeps my ass in line. My friends keep my ass in line, man. And I appreciate that more than anything in this world. Because what that tells me is, I want to know that my friends give a fuck. Yeah. And they do that by their actions. Yes, they do. They can't do everything. Right? Like, there's one person I usually tell, I didn't send her a message yet. She ain't awake. I'm not going to ding her phone right now. All right. We are like passengers of a great liner the moment after rescue from shipwreck, when camaraderie, joyousness, and democracy pervade the vessel from steerage to captain's table. Unlike the feeling of the ship's passengers, however, our joy and escape from this disaster does not subside as we go our individual ways. The feeling of having shared in a common peril is one element in the powerful cement which binds us, but that in itself would never held us together as we are now joined. I went when I was in treatment when I was 15. You got to go to this place called Outward Bound, and you were there for like 5 days. maybe a week. I don't remember. But it was a team building thing. And there was a ropes course, and you did trust balls, and you ate together. You did everything together for the full week. And it was about team building. Okay. Um, Now I remember the team building. I remember the falling. I remember the ropes course, but I do not remember a single person. And we all got pretty close that week because we were going through something tough together. But gosh, my brain can name off a lot of alcoholics. A lot. So many, it's too many. I mean, I've met literally thousands of alcoholics. I don't know about hundreds of thousands yet, but I'm sure it's getting close. Yeah, I could probably go for tens of thousands. Yeah, I mean, even in the last month, I've probably met, 10 more alcoholics easily. I don't know. Those numbers won't match, I can tell you that. I don't know. The tremendous fact for every one of us is that we have discovered a common solution. We have found a way out on which we can absolutely agree and upon which we can join in brotherly and harmonious action. This is the great news this book carries to those who suffer from alcoholism. I call it a landing spot. I do this often, and it's just what they are is just discussions. I have them with a lot of different people, right? And it's, sometimes there's some contention, or maybe there's not even that, but we can always agree on one. There's always a place that we can agree on in any kind of situation. Maybe that agreement is we don't agree. That might be the agreement, but it's okay to not agree. Amber and I have different opinions on things. We're still friends. Okay. I didn't ask one friend who they voted for because I don't care. That doesn't matter to me. If you made that decision, you made that decision based on what you think and know, and I need to respect that, period. Yes, I do. The fact that I just appreciate the fact that you voted. Thank you. Thank you for thinking of other people and trying to make the world a better place. I appreciate that. It's the actions of people. There's a lot of fucking talk out there. A lot of talk. That's all social media is. There's no real action. I mean, you're recording the thing and getting something out of it that's not even this quite isn't altruistic. I'll admit it. You think I don't? You think this is totally selfless? No, I did this for me. Yes, I did. It was very selfish. I'll admit it. It's okay, but it isn't just for me. It's for anybody that's looking for help. You know, I get a little testy sometimes, but I listen to other people's stuff. Sure, I don't have all the right answers. I'm 54. You can change my mind. Good luck on some things. Like a higher power, I'm pretty close-minded to the fact that there is no higher power. I am. Okay. An illness of this sort, and we have become to believe in an illness, involves those about us in a way no other human sickness can. If a person has cancer, all are sorry for him and no one is angry or hurt. But not so with the alcoholic illness, for with it there goes annihilation of all things worthwhile in life. It engulfs all whose lives touch the sufferers. It brings misunderstanding, fierce resentment, financial insecurity, disgusted friends and employers, warped lives of blameless children, sad wives and parents. Anyone can increase the list. I was just kind of talking about it. My family begged for me to get sober. Begged. They still don't want nothing to do with me. It makes no sense to me. And I'll tell you the situation and why several of them are upset with me. I'll let you know this one. Okay. I was having surgery. I had a heart attack at 42, and I had surgery. And while I was in surgery, and if you ever anybody met my wife, she's kind of shy. She's kind of meek. Okay. A lot of people are giving her shit, and now that she's around me, people just don't do that. So they cornered my wife while I was in surgery, and told her did an intervention on my wife, who was worried whether her husband was going to even live, and proceeded to tell her that she needed to leave me so I could get sober. The only person that did not join in this charade was my mother, because she knew if I found out, she knew that I would be extremely livid. Yeah. I found out, I don't know, I think about 3, 4 years later, and I chewed their fucking asses. I sent them all a cease and desist order. And to this day, well, you put a cease and desist on us, so yeah, you're just not part of the family. Okay. They were just looking for an excuse. They were just looking for an excuse. Okay? That was 9 years ago. 9 years ago, my friends. I'm just the crazy one in the family. And they don't like the fact that I heal. They don't like it. So why would I go to Thanksgiving? Why would I? So why are you going to? Because on this Thanksgiving, I may sit them all down and say, you guys owe my wife an amends. We're cornering her. She was right. She stayed with me. I got sober. Fuck you. See, the only reason I want to go is so I can shove in their face what I'm doing. I don't know that I should go. I don't know. We hope this volume will inform and comfort those who are or may be affected. There are many. Let me follow that up. Amber, there's no more kids. Yeah, if there was a reason to do it for the kids, but they didn't invite my kids. They invited me. So, but that's a very good point. If I could go and make it better, I would, but I don't know that I can do that. I don't know that I'm there. Okay. There'll only be one kid there. Well, there might be kids there, but none of them be mine. I won't know any of them because she invites friends. But none of my brothers and sisters have kids. My sister has a daughter. My oldest brother Richard has 2 sons that ever since my little brother told them that I abuse my white privilege because they're half black, they don't speak to me. Because I'm going to tell you something. I know that as a white male, I know I have privilege. You think I know that. And I've known that for a very long fucking time. And I try and use that to help other people. Yes, I do. I will use my privilege to try and make change to help others. It's a privilege. What does that mean? What is a privilege? Well, isn't that kind of a gift from God? I don't know. But I guess it's just taking something that is seen as bad and turn it into something good. So, Amber, thank you for helping me look for reasons to go. I appreciate that. Highly competent psychiatrists who have dealt with us have found it sometimes impossible to persuade an alcoholic to discuss a situation without reserve. Strangely enough, wives, parents, intimate friends usually find us even more unapproachable than do the psychiatrist and the doctor. Now, here was part of my problem with this. Okay. because the people that were in it, let's see, it was Wendell. He's not really anything but a communications guy, and he's just unhealed from anger. Right? Then there was my older brother who has a master in psychology and very much understands prevention. My sister and my brother-in-law, who are also long-standing Al-Anon members, and my little brother, who's a drunk. See, they should have known better, but it wasn't done out of love. It was done out of spite. And actually, the last thing I wanted my wife to do was call my family and have them come there. I didn't want it. But I was also drunk at the time. I was also still drinking. And I can tell you now, whatever my wife did, it worked. So no complaints. At least I found out who my family really is, and that they actually, because I wondered for a long time, you know how it is. You give family chance after chance after chance after chance. You do, because it's driven. Well, they're blood, but I mean, fuck that. I feel closer to They're not my family. They're blood related, but and trust me, I've tried. Okay. I put my foot forward more times just for it to get stepped on, and I'm not doing it anymore. So, all right. But the ex-problem drinker who has found the solution, who is properly armed with the facts about himself, can generally win the entire confidence of another alcoholic in a few hours. Until such an understanding is reached, little or nothing can be accomplished. What is that? That's the depth and weight. And we're the depth and weight. We really are. One alcoholic working with another is the number one way to get sober. God's going to be involved, sure he is. But God's going to use his children to do that. So let's do the reading, and I'll let everybody get on with their day. The most far-reaching 12-step work was the publication of our big book, Alcoholics Anonymous. Anonymous. I sound like I'm drinking. Few can equal the book for carrying the message. I agree with this. My idea is to get out of myself and simply do what I can. Or we can complain and get a plain English big book. Fuck that. That was the stupidest idea. I did not vote on it. The vote never even came to me. What does that tell me? What does that tell you? AA in Colorado is not set up how it's supposed to be. Okay? There's supposed to be a GSR for every meeting that's listed. If you're listed, the rule is you're supposed to have a GSR. All right? So, yeah, what is plain English anymore? I know what it is. I've been reading it all my life. But, when you want to start making up your own fucking language, okay, and every generation does it. But when you start so what's going to happen? You're going to make up your own language, and then about 25, you're going to grow the fuck up. And you're going to understand that using proper English is a better way to go, because then people understand what the fuck you're saying. It's kind of what happens. All right. Kind of watch that. My idea is to get out of myself and simply do what I can, even if I haven't been asked to sponsor and my phone rarely rings, I am still able to do 12-step work. And this is for me. Okay. Sponsoring and 12-step work are two separate things for me. 12-step work and service work are two separate things for me. I keep those separate because I enjoy both. That's just for me. I have to do that in my head so that I know what arena I'm in. That's one of the main reasons I do it. So I'm still able to do stuff. I get involved in brotherly and harmonious action. At meetings, I show up early to greet people and to help set up and to share my experience, strength, and hope. When was the last time you went to an in-person meeting and there was a greeter? I'm thinking, because it hasn't happened since I came into AA this time. So it'd have to be over 20 years. There's unsaid things in AA, and Colorado's gotten rid of most of them, like greeters. It's my higher power gives me exactly what he wants me to do at any given point in my recovery, and if I let him, my willingness, will bring 12-step work automatically. I don't know that it's my God, the people in their overuse of willingness. Okay, for me, I don't believe that my willingness brings around 12-step work. I believe that my action does. That God is going to say, okay, he's following through. Now I can trust him with more of my children. Action is what? Trust in God. That is what gets 12-step work to you. That's been my experience. Now, of course, I needed willingness to get there, but that happened way before that. And like I said, that's just my experience. Okay. But I've always liked helping people. I have a lot of knowledge. I spent most of my life just people watching when I was a kid. So, but that's going to be it for this round. I appreciate everybody being here. Amber, it was good to see you. Happy belated birthday. And I hope everybody has a great day. I love you. Peace out. And